Hello and welcome. In this video, we are exploring what propositions are. We've got two questions here: propositions and information, propositions and sentences. What can we say about the propositions and information? Let's remember that information is everywhere in our words and our world, our thoughts and our theories, our devices and our databases. And the logic is a study of that information, and propositions are the fundamental units of information. And what we can say about the interrelationship between propositions and sentences? Our definition is this: a sentence expresses a proposition if and only if it makes a statement about how things are. For example, we have used three examples here, three propositions here. The first one: logic is a very complex science. Second one: there is no difference between the mind and the brain. And the last one is mathematical expression: 3 plus 5 is less than 4 plus 2. Every proposition is a sentence. But let's remember that not every sentence is a proposition. Only declarative sentences can be used as a proposition, because only these type of sentences can express a statement with a definite truth value. It means that only declarative sentences can be either true or false. For example, if we use our last proposition, mathematical expression, we can see that this proposition is false, because 3 plus 5 cannot be less than 4 plus 2. Okay, and not all sentences qualify as propositions, because some sentences lack a definite truth value. For example, if we take command of imperative, we can see that these type of sentences are not truth apt. For example, if we use close the door, it is imperative sentence or command, and they cannot be true or false, because they instruct or request action rather than stating a fact. And interrogative sentences, that is, question sentences, cannot be propositions too, because they are not truth apt. They do not assert anything, they only seek information. And exclamation is not proposition too, because they express feelings rather than making factual claims. And our last but not least sentence model here, greeting, is greeting. Hi Eva. Greetings are also not truth apt, because they do not express a statement that can be judged as true or false. But if we take our previous examples, logic is a very complex science. It can be true or false. For some people it is true, for some people it is false. The same is true with respect to the second example. There is no difference between the mind and the brain. It is related to the philosophy of mind. For physicalists, for example, this statement is true. They think that the mind and the brain are identical entities. For dualists, for example, this statement is false. They think that the mind and the brain are fundamentally different entities. Okay, and what we can say about the other attributes of the proposition, that's applying what we learned for today's lecture. We have distinguished two aspects of whole content of this lecture. The first one is that in logic, propositions must be truth apt. because they serve as a basis for reasoning, inference, and argumentation. Only sentences that can be judged as true or false are useful in logical analysis. For this reason, we only use indicative sentences as the propositions, but other type of sentences cannot be used as the propositions in logic. And the second essential part of our lecture is that a proposition is a kind of thing you could believe or disbelieve, agree or disagree, assert or deny, give a reason for or against, use as a reason for or against something else, and express only with a declarative sentence. That's all what we have wanted to discuss today.